questions, brother. And yeah, especially with like my curiosity too goes to the, we hear about helium-3 being on the moon, and that up and coming times are, there's going to be a race to go after and mine the helium-3. And so that makes maybe part of, even if it was, a craft, or if it was a satellite, there's still going to be some kind of minerals on there, because if there's helium-3 that people are going to want to be mining, maybe that's what's hidden on the dark side of the moon, is that's where they're doing a lot of the mining, and they're able to take that out of the moon. Maybe it's deep inside of the moon. And that goes on to the next one for you, the ringing. We've heard, several different theories. Some have said when they dropped the lunar module back down, that it rang for 30 minutes. We've heard an hour, we've heard 3 hours, and, we've heard the 3 days. I mean, and they say that it rings the same, like when you drop a bomb on the earth, it rings, but then the ringing slowly gets smaller and smaller and smaller in vibrations. But on the moon, it stays, when it hits and rings, the whole vibration stays full the whole way down through. It doesn't slowly get, like a cone or something, get smaller and smaller of the vibration or the noise. So, give me some more on that one.
Yeah, that's another, extremely interesting anomaly about the moon, is that they did put these seismic readers on the moon, and they did drop it, and it did resonate and ring like a bell, which kind of gives us, and they've done this more than once for sure. And that kind of tells us that, one, it's solid, and also it has huge, it's hollow, basically. It's hollow inside. And then I'd like to kind of mention with this as well, we see many craters and impacts that have hit the moon, though there's many theories of what that was and what caused that, but we can see that there was impacts on the moon. And some of these impacts were as huge as the whole continent of North America. But the depths that any of these go are no more than 2 miles, 2 to 3 miles. So you've got, it doesn't make sense, So if some impact of that force is hit, and it can only go to a depth of 2 to 3 miles, but it spreads out like that, that tells me that whatever this moon is created of, now there's theories of it being diamonds, right? I know you know about this. I would say it's probably some kind of metal, one of these incredible metals that maybe more advanced than some of the crafts that have been gifted to us or crashed on Earth or retrieved on Earth. But I believe it's one of these metals that are highly dense and strong, but extremely light, because also they've measured the weight of the moon, and again, it doesn't make sense to the size of it. It's very, very light to compare to what it should be. So it seems very clear through that evidence. This is mainstream, this is not only mainstream, this is old news, though you won't see many documentaries, bar Gaia and places like that, to find this out. But yeah, the moon resonated like a bell. It